officially getting ready for week one. You're on the 53. So what's kind of your emotions now getting ready for your rookie season?
Just excited. Obviously, it's all just a dream until it actually happened. Just being able to be here. As soon as I got here, I just learned the plays and everything else just fell in line.
Marshawn Kneeland has a huge opportunity this season with Sam Williams sidelined due to a season-ending injury. Based on what we've seen in the preseason, Kneeland has shown promise, not only in stopping the run, but also his versatility, playing on both the left and the right sides. This flexibility makes him a potential chess piece in Mike Zimmer's defensive scheme. Marshawn Kneeland had a 77.6 grade this preseason, sixth among all rookie defensive ends per PFF. Kneeland's grade of an 80.5 in run defense puts him third among his rookie class, so that is great to hear from said player. He has demonstrated the ability to strike his opponents effectively, making his presence known in training camp as well as the first two preseason games. If he can bring this type of mentality to game one for the Cowboys, I believe that it will bring out the best in all of these guys on defense. He has also spent time with DeMarcus Lawrence learning the ins and outs of being an NFL defensive end. Sometimes when you're around the right guys, it'll bring the best out of you, Cowboys Nation. So when you're taking a look at Marshawn Kneeland, it's encouraging to see that this player has come out early and made plays. While it won't be perfect for this athlete, he has demonstrated many of the skills he displayed in college. And this is a green light for the front office. So on this play here, it's great to see Marshawn Kneeland dominate in the run game. He was one of the more physical defenders coming out of this year's draft, and it's encouraging to see the physicality translate to the NFL. We need these players to be physical and stout at the point of attack, so it's a positive sign from Kneeland. So they're going to be running an inside zone run on this rep. You will see those guards. They're going to be getting down to the second level, and the rest of the offensive linemen, they're going to be blocking to their assigned gaps. But this running back here, he's going to be running to the right, and he's going to cut back to the left. But seeing Marshawn Kneeland attacking that tight end's outside shoulder, staying square, and closing in and getting to the running back, this is what you want from your rookie defensive end. So activating the system. So zooming in on Marshawn Kneeland, these guys are getting off the ball, and he attacks his inside shoulder. The tight end didn't stay on him. Marshawn Kneeland was able to square up and attack that running back. And you love to be able to see this when it comes down to the defensive end position, not being overly aggressive, using your eyes and staying patient. And watching this play here, you see that he's ripping at the ball. You're only going to be able to catch these type of plays like this on the JC Network. The details matter when it comes down to the game of football. Can you be a guy that can go out there to play to the whistle? Because sometimes these running backs can end up fumbling the ball, so you got to go out there and give it your all on every rep. But seeing Marshawn Kneeland slicing inside the gridiron and disrupting this play, it was great to see. And one thing about that front seven this year, you have to build toughness. And with Mike Zimmer's defense, it's imperative to have these type of players, finding ways to be able to disrupt run lanes. Coming out of college, Marshawn Kneeland was a defensive end who really stressed out tight ends. He had the ability to be able to attack their inside shoulder and disengage effectively, giving these players fits. I'm confident he'll continue to do the same in the NFL. So that left guard, he's going to be getting down to the second level. It's going to be a run play to the left side and another one of those plays where they're going to be cutting to the right. But seeing Kneeland applying pressure on that inside shoulder and collapsing that run lane was a thing of beauty, Cowboys Nation. So we'll go and spin it. So zooming in on Marshawn Kneeland, he's attacking the inside. The thing is with this player, he has powerful hands. He can be able to drive his legs, and he knows exactly what that running back is trying to do. And that running back, he's trying to get to the inside, and Marshawn Kneeland wasn't having it. And you see that his body turned to awkward position. That's what happens when you collide with a powerful guy like a Kneeland. And usually whenever their body is turning like that, they can end up fumbling the ball. And the good thing about a Mike Zimmer's defense, he wants all these guys on the hunt. You got to go out there and rally to the ball. If you're the first player there, you got to wrap these ball carriers up and be physical. And there will be times, I'm sure we will see this from him, attacking that guy's inside shoulder, because that's one of the things that brings the best out of him. But when you have players like Kneeland and DeMarcus Lawrence having the ability to be able to set the edge and be tough at that left end position, when you can be able to stop the run effectively, it'll close part of the offense's playbook. So with Marshawn Kneeland attacking the inside against these offensive linemen as well as these tight ends is something that we need to see this season. Here's a quick rep here of him being able to attack the inside shoulder in college. You see that this guy's getting leverage and going out there and attacking the running back. So we got to bring receipts when it comes down to watching this film, just so you guys can be able to see what this guy was doing in college, as well as the NFL in the beginning of his career. And the good thing about Mike Zimmer, he understands that dog mentality, guys that can go out there and disrupt the timing of the offense and make plays. Seeing this type of heat from college as well as in the NFL, it'll definitely get you fired up. Marshawn Kneeland won't just be battling tackles and tight ends in the NFL, he'll also be clashing with pulling guards. He's a player who demands great technique from his opponents, or he'll find ways to evade the offensive lineman and close in on a ball carrier. This skill is crucial for his position, allowing him to close run lanes and make a significant impact on the field. So this left guard here, he's going to be pulling to the right. That tight end's going to be getting down to the second level, and it's going to be a draw play to the right side. But watching Marshawn collide with this player and still make a play on the ball, it was another good rep by the young defensive end. So we're going to split it. So locking in on this play here, you see that left guard, he's pulling to the right, and he clashes with Marshawn Kneeland. And you see his arms, he tried to wrap him to the outside, and that's how you can end up getting holding calls. So he had to let go. Next thing you know, Kneeland stuck his nose in there and secured the tackle. But the thing is, when you're playing up against a guy like Kneeland, you got to get down to the technique things, because if not, he has the savviness to be able to slip away and get these guys down. And the thing is with me, can you do this consistently throughout the preseason and training camp? And with guys like Kneeland, he did just that. And I'm sure it will be a heavy rotation when it comes down to the defensive line, playing on that left side as well as that right side, mixing things up to allow Micah Parsons to be that chess piece, playing that linebacker position. This is exactly what you need when it comes down to this player. And still being able to get to the running back, it was awesome to see from Marshawn Kneeland. One thing Kneeland needs to work on as the season progresses is his pass rush moves. He uses a good punch with his hands when engaging in contact and bends the edge well, but developing a more effective dip and rip move will be huge for his game. It'll take some time for the young player, but with the proper coaching, I think that he'll get it going. So zooming in on this play here, he's getting off the ball. You see that he's using his hands well, but looking at the rip move. And a lot of times I've seen throughout training camp, when these guys was going through that scrimmage, he would try to do a rip move, but it looked a little stiff. Now, being a defensive end in the NFL, you don't have to be the most bendiest athlete. Everybody is not going to be a Micah Parsons, but with his ability, it reminds me of a Cameron Jordan, or you can say guys like Greg Ellis, guys that can be able to stop the run. He wasn't the most bendiest athlete coming out, but he does show flashes of it from time to time. And he's one of the players that's going to win more just by him being physical. So with Mike Zimmer, you have to put this guy in the right position, attacking from the inside, using his hands and striking opponents. That's how this guy's going to be able to make his money. But being around guys like Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, getting down to the technique things, I'm sure that he can be able to add more pass rush moves to his arsenal. So on this final play here, it's great to be able to see a nice punch from Marshawn Kneeland, as well as his ability to be able to slip under defenders. Usually when you have the ability to close on quarterbacks, it can make them panic, and that's when turnovers happen. Seeing a player with a non-stop motor and playing to the whistle was impressive from Kneeland. So we'll go ahead and run it. So keying in on Marshawn, you see that nice punch. This guy is so strong. He has the ability to be able to knock you back. We did see the power on that tackling sled, and this guy engages in contact again, backs him up, and he dips. And I like to see it. It reminds me of a ghost rush. You see that a lot from Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons has the ability to be able to dip without even touching the offensive lineman and get to the quarterback. But you see that closing speed. Him and Maurice Leafau were able to put pressure on that quarterback and affect the play. And you got to get this out of your defensive end position. It's not going to be perfect when it comes down to this type of player, but seeing him in the first couple of games of the preseason, I think that this was a preview of what you're going to see from him this season. So with Marshawn Kneeland, getting down to the basic things is going to be important. I like to see the aggression from this player, the ability to be able to use your hands and strike these opponents. There will be a lot of challenges when you're going up against the premier left tackles as well as the right tackles in the league. But coming out of college, you were one of the better defensive ends to be able to stop the run, and you showcased that throughout training camp. And every guy on this defensive line, they're going to have to take that next step when these games get important, because a lot of these teams on the schedule, they run the ball, but having guys like Mike Zimmer with this front seven, I think that this defense can cause a lot of problems. So it's going to be exciting to see how it all plays out with all of these rookies, not just him, Kalen Carson, as well as Maurice Leafau on defense. But from what I saw from Kneeland this preseason, going into game one against the Cleveland Browns, I have a feeling that this guy's going to show up. So comment below and let me know what you guys think about Marshawn Kneeland, and if you guys think that this guy can be able to make a difference game one. So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because the way the YouTube algorithm works, if you don't hit it, you'll miss on fire live streams and the best Cowboys film sessions on YouTube. All right, Cowboys Nation. Talk to y'all soon. Gone.